Hey, good morning, friends. Welcome again to the J Talk Morning Show. Great to have you on board with me. Hope you're doing well. Get this week started. Let's get this party started. I always like to say TGI Monday. Thank God it's Monday. I'm glad we have Monday. Can't get Friday until you get Monday out of the way, folks. Okay, so quit wishing and wishing for Monday or Friday to get here, and then that's when things can happen. That's when you can be happy and rejoice and etc. No, 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 no. Thank God it's Monday. God gave you this day. This is the day that the Lord has made for you. Okay, this day, rejoice and be glad in it. That's what it says in the good book, right? Rejoice and be glad in it this day. Okay, so anyway, thank you for being on with me this morning. J Talk Morning Show with you each and every single weekday at 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. over on the east side of these here United States. So it's great to be with you. I hope you're doing well this morning right off the bat. Let's see who we got on board. Good morning, Catherine. Always loyal listener and watcher and sharer. Thank you, Catherine. Always appreciate you and for always being on. And thank you for sharing too as well. So, all right. So, in fact, Catherine, we're going to let you say good morning to everybody. There we go. Catherine Ewan, ladies and gentlemen. I need one of those little effects pad things so I can do the applause thing and the laughters and things like that. Not really. I've always hated when people do that. It's like it's not real. It's not real applause. It's not real laughter. I was watching, speaking of, so those of you know that I'm in the personal growth and development as well as the leadership and development world. This is my gig. It's something I've loved doing for 40 plus years. And being part of that, doing that, you're also going to not only just read great books. Got a couple on my desk. Great books. John Maxwell, Jamie Kern Lehman, the latest one I just recently received, and it's a great book. And of course, the book of all books right here, The Good Word. And so you're reading books, you're watching videos, you're subscribing to people, you're taking classes, workshops, training, you're doing all these things, right? Well, I was last week, and Tony Robbins has this multi-million-dollar studio, and he does this incredible webinar that people from around the world, thousands of people can get on. He's got that kind of capacity to do that on the airwaves. So he lends his studio out to some people, some big influencers. Like last week, it was Jamie Kern Lima, and she ran for almost 12 hours. The program was basically 12 hours. Of course, I couldn't watch the whole thing at one setting, so it took several settings to get through the whole thing. I watched the replay. But one thing I noticed that I never really appreciated, never really got, was how hey, good morning, John. It's good morning. Good to see you on as well. But the one thing I never really got into is those fake applause, the fake laughters, all those kind of things. And you can tell. So even though he had thousands of people, they were muted. And there were parts in there where there'd be a loud applause. Yay. It's computer generated. It's not real. And I'm like, man, I hate that. I hate that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just being picky, but I always hate that. It's like I want genuine, authentic applause, genuine, authentic ahs, smiling, laughter, those type, genuine, authentic. So anyway, and I say all that, John, you came on late there, I think, but I was talking about having one of those little devices here. So like, pop Catherine on, she says good morning, and I thought, I'm going to do the applause thing, but then I thought, man, I really hate those applause things, those things that are fake. Okay, so I'm not fake. Thank you for being on with me this morning, Catherine and John. And those of you watching on the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day to check out the video. All right, so today what we're going to chit-chat about, chitty chatter, is proximity matters. Proximity matters. You've heard other people speak about this, I'm sure, and in some way, some platform, some process, you've heard that proximity matters. And it really does. Who you surround yourself with matters. What you surround yourself with matters. What you allow to be ingested into your mind, into your spirit, into your soul, into your heart, into your brain, into your body matters. All these things from the outside, these external influencers, become an internal influence. It all enters inside you. It enters in our ears, in our eyes, in our mouths, in our minds, in our body. It comes in through those portals. Well, proximity matters in such a way that when you are intentional about being with the right people, being in the right environments, indulging in the right products, services, um, information, ingesting these things, you've got to ask yourself, and I'm really big on building up your intentional circles of influence. You got to be intentional about that because most of us live life with an accidental circle of influencers, and we find people in those influence circles that really shouldn't be there, but they're there. And you know how hard it is to hand out eviction notices for people you don't want in your life so you can become more of, be better of. It's not better than them, it's better off than them. And that's what I want to encourage you. It's if you're growing and you want to become better than you currently are, then you've got to be around people that are better than you. When you're climbing up and grabbing something so you can get up to it. Okay. Well, reach for the people that are higher than you, climb up there to meet them. Reach for those opportunities that are up there you can climb up to and meet those opportunities. Reach for the information that is higher than your current state. Climb up there, grab them, and bring them down to you. Get on that level playing field there. Grow, learn. If you are in a place spiritually, intellectually, physically, relationally, um, if you're in a place that you're not content with, that you're not happy with, matter of fact, I'd say forget about being contented anyway. If you're contented, you end up being average. You find yourself just kind of living in the day. That's it. Growing. That's the key to your personal success. Growing. That's the key to your relationship success. Growing. That's the key to your professional endeavors and whatever entrepreneurship or business that you're building or relationships. It doesn't matter. Growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. You're dying. And you'll discover what that feels like as the days go on and you refuse to grow. Eventually you start to feel yourself feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you're not doing enough, feeling like other people are passing you by, passing you up, passing you on. You have to be continuously in a growth mindset to reach the levels that you're fully capable of. Most of us aren't living into our capabilities. We're settling for comfort. Most of us are not living into our capabilities. We're living into our comfort. We're settling for comfort. And it's only when you step out of that that you're able to reach that level of personal growth, professional growth, relationships, spiritual growth. You got to do more than just pray to God every time that there's a problem, okay, to develop your spiritual muscles. You got to give him glory each and every single morning. You got to give gratitude. Start each day with gratitude and thank him for his grace to allow you to have another day, for that gift. You've got to open up the Bible. You've got to get a devotional. You've got to get in connection. You've got to start ingesting things if you want to grow in your spiritual life. You see what I'm saying? If you want to grow in relationships, right? Then you got to understand your own style of relating to others. How do you communicate and connect with others? Grow from that. What do I need to do to become a better version of me so that I can attract a better version of me? Because when you attract a better version of you, you can become a better version of you. Have you got me? Okay. Who you surround yourself with matters. What you surround yourself with matters. What you ingest daily matters. That is who you become. You are the cake, my friends. You're the cake. You're the finished product. Okay. You put everything in you, and that's what creates you. Okay. If you put eggs in a cake, that's a great ingredient. If you put the wrong eggs, the bad eggs, that's going to ruin the cake. If you put salt instead of sugar, it's going to ruin the cake. If you put mayonnaise on the top of it instead of cream cheese frosting, you're going to ruin the cake. But all those things are accessible and available. And if that's all you have and you deal with that and say, I'm going to use the bad eggs, I'm going to use salt, and I'm going to use mayonnaise, and I'm going to make myself a cake. You're not making yourself a cake. You're just one great big mess. And you're not living into your possibilities, potential, and capabilities. So if I want a great cake, I need to get good eggs. I need to go where the good eggs are. I need to bring the good eggs in and get rid of the bad eggs. I need to make it with sugar, not salt. Go get the sugar. Bring the sugar in. Make the cake. I want to put some cream cheese frosting on the top and in the layers and on the sides. It's going to envelop me. So go to where the cream cheese frosting is, get it, bring it in, make your cake, and eliminate the mayo. Now, mayo's for sandwiches. I like mayo on my sandwich. But eliminate the mayo. Mayo is perfect in its place. But you're a cake, my friend. Build your cake. Make your cake. Okay? And that all comes from getting the right ingredients. You've got to ensure. And I guess one reason I'm passionate about this, two reasons. One is I know a lot of people right now that they keep buying bad eggs and expecting a great cake. That's one reason. The second reason is I was that guy going and buying the bad eggs, expecting a good cake. I was that guy. I wasn't intentional in who I surrounded myself with. I settled for whoever I could get in my life, and I called them friends. I settled for information that had nothing to do with me growing. Okay? Bad eggs instead of good eggs in information. I settled for binge watching television years ago and even playing video games on my days off from my day gig. Rather than going to find the good eggs, the things that's going to help me develop and become a better version of me, tap into that part of me that was fully capable of doing what I'm doing now and what I am yet to do. I'm still going out and getting good eggs. And I'm making sure there's no bad eggs in my life. That's what you have to do. So proximity matters. Proximity of people, who you surround yourself with, proximity of environment. Where are you at? Where are you investing your time? Proximity of products and services. Okay. That's to include media. What are you ingesting? Are you reading comic books? Or are you reading something that's going to help you grow in the arena, the area that you want to grow? I was speaking with a young man. I was speaking with three gentlemen yesterday, actually. Two of them were considering joining the military. And so I had the chance to sit down with them and kind of give them some insights on the military, help them kind of make a determination on what branch that they should go for. Because once upon a time, Coffee time. Oh, and coffee check. Once upon a time, I was a recruiter for the Missouri Army National Guard. But here's the kicker. I sucked. I sucked as a Missouri Army National Guard recruiter. I was not getting them into the Missouri Army National Guard. You know what I was doing? I was referring some of these kids to other agencies, other branches, because after having that communication, that talking to them and learning more about them and what their goals were, what their abilities were at the time that could be grown and developed, what their long-term goals are, what their short-term goals are. And some of them had no goals at all. So I direct them to where a great kicking point, a great kickstart would be. And I would say, you know what? Here's the number to the recruiter over in the Marines. I think this fits you more. You're looking for higher education and a chance to see the world. Here, go see my friend over at the Air Force. So I was a great recruiter for everybody else, not for the Missouri Army National Guard. And I say this to tell you this. You've got to know who you are, what you want. You've got to have those goals, and you've got to go to where it's going to fill up your goals. And that sometimes means you got to kickstart it. You got to jump and build your wings on the way down. Just make sure you're jumping in the right area so you can land in the right area. Then you navigate to your destination. World War II, paratroopers getting dropped, and many times way off course. They still had to navigate to where they needed to get to. It was hard, it was a struggle, but they did it. And they fought their way to where they were supposed to be. Happened all the time, happened in Vietnam. We got greater navigation systems in place now where when paratroopers jump, okay, 99% of the time, they are landing exactly where they're supposed to land. That wasn't so back in the World War II, but they did what they had to do to get to where they had to get to. Well, it's what you've got to do. You've got to do what you've got to do in order to get to where you need to get to. It means you got to surround yourself with the right people. Friends, I'm telling you, I had to let go of some people in my life, people that I cared about, but then I learned they didn't care about me. They wanted to hold me back. They wanted to remind me of all my failures and my mistakes in my past. And when people are around you to do that, they are holding you back. If you allow them to do that, you are allowing them to hold you back. And so you're just as responsible for that. You can't blame Joe, John, and Jerry, okay, for your current state. Your current state is up to you. Your future state is up to you. Your past state, yeah, they had a big part to play in that. Let that be a teaching moment. Let that be a growing moment. Let that be the time that you said, you know what, I learned from that. Listen, I have a lot of lessons that I had to learn from when I realized that I was far more capable than my current circumstances, and that my current circumstances do not have to dictate my future, my destination, my destiny. It doesn't define that, except if I continue to allow it to define me. That means you've got some friends, folks. You've got people in your life right now. They're not invested in your future. Stop wasting a day. If you have people that are holding you back, either physically or still holding them in your head, like I did, I allowed my parents to hold me back, and I had long gone from them. It was their voices. I had allowed a past marriage to hold me back because it was her voice I kept hearing in my head. But you know what? I kept repeating those voices to myself. They're long gone doing whatever they're doing. You know, my parents have long gone from this world. But these people that have held you back, where are they now? Most of them are gone. They're not even in your life, but you're still allowing their voices to hold you back. You got to shut them off. Start listening to some new voices, ingest new information. The people that are in your life today, if they are not interested or invested in you as to grow and become your very best, especially if you're in a place in your life where you need someone in your life to help you, to believe in you, to push you, to not just listen to your BS, your bad story, your BS, your belief system. That's all BS. You need to change that. You need to change that. You need to say, look, it's been fun. It's been a great ride. Well, no, actually, it hasn't been a great ride. Be honest. Got to be honest with yourself and say, I am on a path, a journey to become a better version of me. Because when I become a better me, I get to become a better influencer for other people that matter to me in my life. And other people that don't even know me, that maybe, let's say on social media, great platform. There's so many people in the world that I've been able to connect and influence only because I decided to become a better version of me. I went out and I shopped. I shopped for the good eggs because I had a cake to build or to make or bake or whatever. I had a cake. So I had to find the right ingredients, and I went after those ingredients, and I eliminated any chance that a bad egg could get in there. How? I eliminated the bad eggs. Eliminate them. They don't matter to your life anymore except as a learning, a teaching to help you grow, but you don't hold on to that. Listen, folks, you cannot grab hold of the future if you're still holding on to the past. You can't go forward if you're still going in reverse, okay? Get in a car and try that. Try to move that car and drive in reverse. You can't do both at the same time. Okay? Hold on in the middle of a tug of war rope. Okay? You can't put more emphasis on one side and gain anything on the other side. Why not do that with your life? The most important thing in the world is your life. It's the same with salvation. I could turn this into a spiritual thing too. Fantastic church service yesterday. But I can turn this into a spiritual thing too. You can't hold on to the world and expect to grab hold of your salvation and hang on to that. There's things you have to let go of in order to grab hold of. You've got to let go of to grab hold of. What are you holding on to that's keeping you from moving forward? Proximity matters. Who you surround yourself with matters. What you surround yourself with matters. What you ingest into your mind matters. Proximity is a word that's being used a lot these days. And it's important because if you continue to keep on doing the same things you've been doing, you're going to keep on getting the same things you've been getting. Zig Ziglar said that. If you keep on doing what you've always been doing, you're going to keep on getting what you've always been getting. Okay? If you keep on hanging with the same people you've been hanging out with, you're going to keep on getting the same kind of people you've been hanging out with. And you're going to become that. You become that. Jim Rohn said, and I've said this many times, but Jim Rohn said, motivational speaker, author, entrepreneur, and also if you're a Tony Robbins fan, this was a guy that was Tony Robbins' mentor. He learned so much from Jim Rohn. But he said, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think of that. Count the 5 people in your life that you spend the most time with. That's what Jim Rohn says. Now, I would also include that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, but you also have those 5 people that are bad eggs influencing those people. So surround yourself with influencers that are surrounding themselves with the influencers. And if people don't believe in you and your future and your possibilities, and they're not there to support you in your personal growth, if you're recovering from some addiction in the past, if you're recovering from a heartache, a heartbreak, if you're recovering from a financial disappointments, financial struggles, if you're trying to recover from that, you got to get away from the people who are going to try to keep you back. There are a lot of people that they build their friend circle with people that are like them because it makes them feel better about their current situation. You got to surround yourself with people that are further along than you and not the ones that are staying where they are. Okay. If you don't, here's the thing. Okay. So here's your no BS coach, Jay Goff, talking to you. If you don't do that, you are responsible for your plight. You're responsible for your situation, circumstances. If you continue to go, listen, if you're not better tomorrow than you are today, that's your fault. If you're not better off next year, a year from today, mark my words, today, write down your current circumstances you're trying to overcome that you want to change. Then revisit that 1 year from now and ask yourself, did I change? Did I grow? If you can say yes, then congratulations. Okay. Real applause, not fake applause on a machine. But if you're not, you have no one to blame but yourself, my friends. No one to blame. Get yourself go shopping, get the good eggs, eliminate the bad eggs. There's no reason to save bad eggs in the refrigerator and say, well, they might come in handy one day. No, you got to get rid of it. You got to clean it off. Listen, in the military, one of my MOSs, my job skills was I was a nuclear, biological, chemical, radiological specialist. Okay. Nuclear, actually, we call it CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear specialist. Anytime there's a contaminant, we had to go through and you had to decontaminate, wash everything off, dust everything off, decontaminating solution 2, DS2, along with STB, supertropical bleach solutions and things like this, showers, points, eliminate. And then we got tested. Is there any more contaminant on you? If there is, you got to go back through it. You could not proceed until all the contaminants were off. That's the way your life is. You cannot proceed until you eliminate, not limit, but eliminate all the contaminants in your life. Okay? You got to eliminate the bad eggs if you want to build a great cake. Proximity matters, my friends. All right, that's what I got for you today. We got John says right there with you, brother. Absolutely. And then also, I have so many of those type of people. Exactly. So, John, so here's what I'm going to say about that, John, and anybody else watching this. If you can identify those people immediately when I have made the statements about the bad eggs versus the good eggs in your life, and you need to get the good eggs, but you can immediately see these are bad eggs, they're not helping me make my cake better. Okay. If you had that awareness, that person or those people popped in your brain, you now have an awareness. You know what that means? You now have an opportunity to take action, and to choose to take no action at all is your fault. No one else's. No one else's. Now, there's a caveat to that. If that person or those people happen to be family, it's kind of hard to do that. Not impossible. It can happen in some cases where you say, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm done with you. Sayonara. Sayonara. Okay? Love you, but I can't. But in most cases with family, you would limit your exposure. You limit your relationship. They want to go down a certain path. You say, look, that's your path, not mine. I'm going this way, and I'll see you later. Let me know when you're ready to come on this journey with me, and I'll show you the way. Okay? I'm gonna drop some breadcrumbs for you, and I would encourage you to pick those breadcrumbs up. Otherwise, somebody else is going to get them, and you're going to be just dying of hunger back here. And still blaming the world and blaming me because I didn't help you. That's what always gets me. People that stay and choose to stay in an environment and they blame everybody else because they're moving on and say, well, you didn't help me. No, you didn't do it. What you're wanting is somebody to do it for you. You can't. There's no ownership in somebody else doing the work. You got to do the work. So if you have these kind of people in your life, you got to make a determination. If they're close family, if they are family, you can limit them. You might even have to eliminate, but you don't have to give them real estate in your life, real estate in your mind, your brain, your productivity, your growth, your goals. You do not have to do that. There's no law in the world that says you got to do that. Okay. So, and don't let them lay a guilt trip on you, because that's going to happen. Trust me, been there, done that. All right. Okay. So, we've made this about 30 minutes. I had time because things changed, some schedules changed and stuff. So I had a little extra time to spend with you, and I hope that you didn't mind that. Come back and share this. We will, let me get this up here. There we go. Okay, there it is. A little ticker down below. Contact me, reach out to me anytime, send me a message, text message by my phone number. You can email me, check out the website, sign up for our emails. That's where the blogs sometimes will come up to you. Many times the blogs are based upon what I've spoken about, and sometimes they're not, just whatever. But I promise you, you won't get my emails all the time in your mailbox, but definitely mark them as safe, because I'm not going to be sending you a bunch of spam. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Just go to J Talk Morning Show, J Talk Morning Show on YouTube, if you're not watching this on YouTube, and like and share, and help me get some subscribers on there. I want to get some, subscribers on there, just like anybody else that starts a YouTube channel. When I share the information, reach as many people as possible, increase my influence and impact on the world. And YouTube is a great platform to do that. So thank you so very much for being with me today. Hope that you have a great Monday. Make it a great day, because every day is a great day to make it a great day, right? Okay. And then I will see you next time on the J Talk Morning Show, right here live every weekday morning, 7 a.m. Central, 8 on the East Side. And until then, my friends, don't forget, I think I forgot. No. Get up, get out, and get at it. Because the world needs what you have. Go make a cake, okay? Go bake that cake. Go buy some good eggs. All right, my friends. God bless you. I'll see you next time.